are reviewing today the Midi Fighter 3D. One of these guys, because I bought one last week and it's awesome and loads of people ask me, what do you think of it? So I thought I'd do it in a video. But let's explain very quickly what it is, because some of you will have no idea what this thing that's connected up to the computer is actually doing. So what it is, it's basically predominantly a performance DJ tool for Traktor. So what it is, it's a whole bunch of buttons, 16 using my math skills buttons, that are arcade buttons, so they're really playable. Just like the arcade buttons you get on video games, and you basically map each button to do something cool and different in Traktor. There are loads of kind of pre-made mappings made by other people, but I've started making my own last week. So I've already started doing some cool stuff like, yeah, let's show you a little bit of something. So, so I've got all these cue points, for example, so you can be like, or you can start actually playing something, and then play the song, and then you can like turn on the effects, and do like stutters or so you can map each thing to do some cool effects, or you can do like delays. And I even mapped on this bank here, basically a whole bunch of one shots in the remix deck, so you can be like, as you see, that was super pro, but you see what I mean? You can start to kind of add all these cool little hi-hats in over songs in a really nice way. So it does a load of cool things. That was just something I mapped. There you go, cool, right, it's making less noise. So that was a quick little demo of what you can make, just kind of doing a half-assed approach in a week. But yeah, it's really, really cool. I basically used to have one of the, I'll say the original ones, not the very original, but the Midi Fighter Pro, which was like an early version of this made a few years ago. And this is kind of like, feels like a really mature product now. It's really, really cool. A lot of the niggles that were in the older versions are all kind of ironed out with this. Stuff like, you get a lovely long USB cable, so there's no worries where you put it in your DJ setup. You can even walk around jamming out with it. But yeah, it's super, super cool. And each one of these buttons you can map to do different things in Traktor. It's also, on this one, the Midi Fighter 3D has got kind of 3D sensors in it, so you can map various 3D actions, all this kind of stuff, to do various things in Traktor, which is pretty rad, rowdy, and awesome. But one of the main things I really love about this guy versus my Midi Fighter Pro I used to have is the coloured feedback. So you see how as you cycle through the banks, you see there's different colours. In the dark, it looks way awesomer times 10. So see how it does like cool effects when I press shit. All these kind of visual feedback is not just kind of cool looking when people are watching what you're doing, but the most important thing about it is when you're making a complicated mapping, it's quite hard to remember what button does what. But with these colours that kind of can flash as well, so see how the red is now flashing, not flashing, flashing, not flashing, flashing, not flashing, flashing, not flashing, flashing, etc. You can see how it just kind of reminds you what state your Traktor's in, so you don't have to remember what is going on the whole time. Because that's a problem with the old Midi fighters that didn't have lights on. You didn't really know what was going on the whole time, because you're programming this mad, complex mapping, but then you're like, forgotten what button that does, or is this shift mode enabled, or is that playing, or is that not playing? So it's really just nice to have all that visual feedback. Also means as you're cycling through the different banks and shit you make, you can really just immediately tell what bank you're in. So like, I know that's my main bank. I know that those red basically are the buttons to turn on the Unit 1 effects. If it's flashing red, it means it's enabled for that track. Deck A being on the left, Deck B being on the right. These purple buttons basically set up the delay length. Green starts it, flashes when it's on, and then when you trigger the delay, oh, fucked it up. Right, so then if you do, oh, fucked it up. What is going on? This is mental. Something's weird happening. Why is this? There you go. So now you can see it's basically flashing, which means it's delayed, so I don't get confused. Even though I got confused then, but that just happens because I get confused all the time because I'm a confused individual. Right, and then you can do like effects, and it's just really, really nice to have all the coloured feedback, and like I know these are all my cue points. which if I set up properly would sound amazing, but I haven't. So yeah, super awesome. I even wrote down notes and shit about my favourite things. So yeah, build quality is much better than the old ones. It feels really solid. It's made in China apparently, assembled in China, designed by DJ Tech Tools in San Francisco. Some people don't like the fact that shit's built in China, but I tell you what, when I had the original one, the Midi Fighter Pro, built in Midi Fighter HQ itself, there were a load of problems because it was hand built. So hand built in China or assembled in China, it's just a lot more reliable because it's more of a proper product now. It's also a lot lighter. The old one was a bit heavy. This one's pretty lightweight, which is good when I chuck it in my DJ bag of DJ things. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's also ROHS compliant, whatever the fuck that means. No idea what that means, but it's probably a good thing. Yeah, super stoked on this cable. It's blue as well, so you can always see it in your DJ bag, and it's got a little Velcro-y thing, so you can wrap it up nice and easy. What other cool stuff did I write down? I pretty much said all the cool shit. It's just a really nicely put together thing. Certainly, it's not really that plug and playable. Granted, there are some mappings that you can just load up and have a bit of a jam out, but the confusing thing when you download someone else's mapping, it tends to be a bit complicated and you don't really know what's going on with it. So I highly recommend building your own mapping. So it does take a bit of time, but then you have your own custom DJ setup with lights and shit. Big fan of all the effects the lights do. I basically just do that for like 2 hours of my set. Pretty rad, but you know, I got some cool ideas, and once this mapping is refined, somewhat finalised, I will do a proper video explaining what I got and did, because I've got some cool things going in this one, and I'm pretty stoked on it. But yeah, 10 out of 10 for the DJ Tech Tools Midi Fighter, 10 stars out of 10. It's pretty awesome, and yeah, not much more I can really say about it other than mad props to DJ Tech Tools and shit. I'm stoked on this thing, and yeah, cool shit. Basically, buy one or whatever. And I bought this with my own money as well. Didn't get sent it. I'm like some software, but no, yeah. So yeah, this is a totally legit review as well. So mad props on DJ Tech Tools. Review done, complete. I should probably do something else, like get back to watching Mythbusters, because there's this cool episode with a shark. I was going to watch that.